Well, hey guys, thanks for joining me. Today we are out at Lake Jocassee competing with the SCYak club. This is first time ever on this body of water, so expectations are pretty low. A little bit about this lake. It is, you know, my wheelhouse. I like hot, shallow, muddy, largemouth fishing. This lake is apparently the exact opposite of that. It is deep, clear, cold, and spotted bass, and I think there's some smallmouth in here. So completely not my wheelhouse. I don't have the greatest expectations as far as how I'm going to finish in this thing. However, it was a good excuse to get out here and try this mountain lake that I've never been on before. Waiting for launch. Right now I'm at the boat ramp. Just get a look at, I mean, it's out here in the mountains. Very cool. Even if I don't catch fish, it should at least be very scenic. So that's what we're going to do today. I got some last minute prep work to do. I'll catch you in a little bit. Well, we just launched, and so far I don't think anything that I planned for is going to work. It is very windy. lots of waves. Basically, now what I was going to do is out the window. I just got to go seek cover, like really at this point, because yeah, there's no way I'm fishing this crap. So off to having to adjust on the fly, so to speak. Whoa! Talk to you in a little bit. Well, so far 0 bites, but looks a little waterfall. It's pretty cool. Well, I think I might have made a mistake coming out here. I haven't gotten a bite. I haven't even seen a fish or bait or anything. I mean, this is kind of demoralizing. I just happened to pull up the standings. We're about 2 hours in, and there's only been 3 fish caught at this point. Now, I'm sure it'll take a while for people to figure out what's going on, but man, it is cold, it is windy, and then like you can deal with that if you're catching fish, but like, dude, I'm like sucking the place up. I mean, this is awful. So I gotta go I'm gonna make a run. I'm not catching anything where I am. I'm just gonna beeline to someplace and then try over there, because I ain't catching here. Talk to you in a little bit. All right, finally. He ain't big, but we're on the board. All right, on the board, 16 inches. That little fella. Oh, what the heck happened here? I don't know what happened to my back camera, but we're on the board, 16 inches. Let's get him back in the water. This is a good fish, whatever it is. Whoa! This is a monster, guys. This is an absolute tank. Holy crap! That's a big fish. That is a big fish. That is a big one. That is a big fish. Heck yeah. That is a big fish. Woo. That is a big one. Holy cow, that's a big one. Wow, that's a big fish. Look at that toad. Look at that toad. It's going all over the place, but it's around 8.2 is the final. It's bouncing all over. 8. Look at that fish. Wow. Look at her. Guys, new PB. 8.2 pounds. Look at that toad. She's clearly about to spawn, so I'm going to take her back. I've drifted a lot. I'm going to take her back to where I caught her. Look at her. We're going to get her back in the water. Holy crap, guys, that was awesome. 8.2, and I'm just guessing. It was over 8, but it was like bouncing between 8.1 and 8.4. I think 8.2 is a safe number. 8.2 pounds. Heck yeah.
And now it's time for Tackle Roundup. Obviously, I'm doing this after the fact because I don't typically do tackle roundups when I'm in a tournament situation. But what I caught that fish on was this. Only not really this. I actually lost the one that I was using, but it looks very similar. It is a 3/8 ounce green pumpkin jig by Lucky Strike. That is what I used. And then as a trailer, I used this. ASquared custom baits, iCrawl. Let me show you what that looks like. Looks like that. Look at I mean, that's a very realistic crawl trailer. And this is the color that it is. I don't know what the name of it is because it says custom color. So Alan over there at ASquared can make any custom color that you want. I think I got this in like a, I don't know, it was like I won it in a raffle. Glad I did though. Yeah, it's just a realistic crawl. And the reason I use this, usually I use, a trailer that has more like the kicking, the flappers on it on my jigs. But I do that because most of the time the water that I fish is like really, really muddy. We have a condition here where the water is super clear and the fish aren't very active. So I'm literally just having to drag. I was doing it the same thing with the shaky head, just dragging that worm. I mean, not shaking it, not doing anything. Just dragging that jig and the shaky head. And when the water's that clear and you're moving it so slow, you need something that's like really realistic looking. So that was my whole rationale for doing that. And that's about as realistic as you're going to get right there. So cool deal. Jig, 3/8 ounce by Lucky Strike, and the iCrawl trailer by ASquared Custom Baits. And that concludes today's Tackle Roundup.
he's gonna be big enough. Maybe. All right, guys, just a little 14, but man, it's tough. Look at that little fella. Well, we're just past the halfway point. Got 3 hours left, and I still got 2 fish to go to get my limit. But this guy's gonna help, 14 inches. Let's get him back in the water. Wow, look, there's another pretty waterfall. All right, guys, 17 1/4. Look at him. Well, guys, the fishing has been very stingy, but I got 17 1/4. One more and that'll complete the limit. Let's get him back in the water. False alarm. All right, that's my limit. That's the limit. All right, guys, 14 3/4. That's the limit. Heck yeah. Guys, this has been a long, uneventful day of fishing, but I got the limit. Heck yeah. All right, I think I'm in this. If I can get one more upgrade, I think I'm winning this. All right, I got about 45 minutes left to go. Let's get him back in the water. Well, guys, that is lines out. Although my day's not over yet. I have 3 fish that are in my live well, but I don't have service out here, so it is going to be a race with the devil to get back close to the ramp where I got signal and try to get these things uploaded. I only have an hour. I think they accept submissions up to 1 hour after line's out. So I got to get pedaling. I'll talk to you here in a little bit. All right, that was panic mode for a little bit. I pedaled for about 30 minutes. Never had a signal. I finally got signal. So got my fish submitted. I can breathe a sigh of relief now. Oh, so thoughts. This is a really cool lake. Today's event, it was very slow fishing. I mean, I got a limit, and I'm sure my standings will look better than they actually were, because I mean, literally it was fish 2 hours, catch 1, fish 2 hours, catch 1. All real sporadic, not really any rhyme or reason to it, but caught my PB. How about that? I'm gonna go with 8.2. I think that's a fair assessment of that fish, because the scale, it was bouncing around. It would bounce around between like 8.15 and then 8.4 something. So it was over 8. So split the difference, about 8.2 pounds. Pretty awesome. And the thing is, this is a really cool lake. Look at that, you can see the mountains. Super clear water. I've never fished in water this clear. I mean, I'm used to like 6 inches of visibility. You got like 16 foot of visibility in this stuff, which was not something I'm accustomed to. But it was really cool. Yeah, I'd like to come back one day where it wasn't like freezing cold and windy as all get out, because that really hampered the fishing, I think, because it limited what you could do. But it's a cool lake. Glad I came out. I failed to mention, this is at Devil's Fork State Park, South Carolina State Park. The entry right now is $8. You can go online and buy your entry there, so you don't have to deal with it when you come in. But very cool stuff. Very cool. Anyways, I'm gonna call it a day. If you'd like to know anything about what I did today, the lures, the launch, or anything else, you can look down in the description box. I'm gonna leave some additional information down there. But while you're there, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. The channel's updated every week with new fishing content and new fishing adventures. So I'll be seeing you next week. This is Josh, and this is Abide Fishing.
But all right, that brings us to the top spot, who also takes big bass and sets a new club record. Mr. Josh Myers caught a 24-inch bass out here on Lake Jocassee. That's a huge bass. You also get your first place plaque. Nice. Now I have 2 events with us, 2 pieces of hardware, 2 prize bags, 2 big bass plaques. You might win another battery day here in a minute. You might as well keep coming to SCYak.
Yeah, sold.
Tell us what you're doing, man.
The standings look better than they were. I caught 5 fish all day. I didn't think I was going to get a limit, and they were all sporadic. I would fish for about 2 hours, get 1 bite, fish 2 hours, get another bite. Everything, it was on club sponsor gear. It was FourSevenLures, shakey head, and then the big one came on ASquared custom baits. It was on a jig. And it was a monster. I mean, when I say that was my PB, it was 8.2 pounds, and it came out of the water. I mean, obviously I'm a YouTuber. I hope the footage is good, because it was out of the water. I mean, I thought I had a catfish. It was pulling so good. It was a lot of fun. It was a good event.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming, and congrats. There are 24 inches, club records left and right for you. Angler, or what? Most improved last year for QCKBF, and now this year alone, you've got at least 4 plaques from us alone.
Yeah.
Anything else you won this year?
No, just yours.
It's only April.
Yeah. Well, it's a long season.
Yeah. Congrats,
Thank you, man.
Thank you for filming with us today.
Oh, no, sure.
All right, and you're taking home $767. All right, guys, that concludes it. Tough start to the day. You guys were